They lumbered into the Cebu Air Force Base with military precision, delivering their precious cargo from the nightmare that is one of the Philippines' worst natural disasters. Those who couldn't walk were carried, the sick, the old, and those who simply wanted to escape the disaster.
Bodies are on the roads and nobody's picking them up.
The injured and sick were taken to a military hospital. For many here, the horror of losing their families far outweighed the pain of their injuries. This woman was struck by her roof as it collapsed in the storm. She managed to crawl out with her daughters after it passed. They were among the lucky ones.
We survived.
The doctors are working around the clock, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of injured, but every now and then a ray of hope.
Today we have a spine fracture, pelvic fracture, so mostly trauma injuries. We have pregnant women coming in, so we already delivered 2 babies yesterday.
After disgorging their human cargo, the C-130s are loaded with relief supplies intended for those still facing the hardship of yet another day without food or water.
The U.S. government is helping us, and various other international governments are helping us, bringing in aid, and we continue to bring the support to the people affected by the super typhoon.
But the relief supplies are not always getting to those who need it most. The government today sending in more troops to control the looting. And also at the airport, a few brave survivors determined to go back to the disaster area despite all they'd been through. Imagine, if you will, then the courage of these people here in Cebu at the Mactung Edward Air Force Base, many of them who were there during the storm. They're waiting here for a C-130 Hercules aircraft to arrive to take them back into the devastated area. Why? Because in those bags are food and water, things that they say their family need to survive. These survivors say the government's aid isn't reaching their families fast enough, and going back is their only option.
Yeah, I am scared, but I have no choice. I have no choice because my family is in Tacloban.
International relief is on the way. The United States has directed the carrier, the USS George Washington, to head to the Philippines and provide support. US Marines are already on the ground, but as bad weather begins to close in, the survivors wonder if they'll ever arrive in time. Craig Leeson, Al Jazeera, Cebu.